Hey, now, hey, yeah. All right. Now, I can't spend all night on here, so we're gonna go live, but I'm going to definitely make this one a fairly quick one. Shout out to PrimeXBT. Check out the link in the description. A big shout out to Breakout Prop, Trader Main, Crypto Cred. Really appreciate the platform. If you want to check out Breakout Prop, click the link below. It supports the channel and everything we're doing here. I am going to have a giveaway coming up, and I am going to start streaming some gambling streams on Kick. So I will give you guys the link to that shortly. If you just join the Telegram, again, link in the description to join that. And all my updates are live in there. Almost daily I'm in there, if not every day. We're in there updating you guys. It's actually getting to the point where I might start a signals group as well, and potentially a news crypto channel here. So I will share those to you guys when they're available. So anyways, let's get started here today. Let's take a look at where we were and what we were talking about the other day when we were looking at this this move up here. And let's see, we were looking at these levels. We had some levels marked out there. See, on my 1 hour I had some levels marked out. I think I might have even gone down to the 15-minute to just show you guys kind of how you could have played this. But yeah, as you can see from where we marked, I was saying up from there, and definitely went up only. So yeah, I mean, really nice push up from that 60k range up to about 66k, so about a 10% move there. Really nice. Yeah, so really nice push up, 10% move. Let's get back to a bit of a different time frame. 2 hour looks pretty nice actually to be seen, because this is one thing that some people are like, you know, they're like, oh, I didn't catch the bottoms. How do I actually get part of this move now? And really, if you look at where I played this from, or where I was saying to play this from, was essentially above this line, right? And so once it was above this line, I knew there was gonna be some structure to the upside, because that's essentially where we were looking at that. Sorry, someone just keeps calling me there. I am so sorry about that. So let me get my train of thought again. So yeah, above this line, you can see here, this was a bit of support and then dumped, and then it kind of resisted a little bit lower than this line. But that's what we were looking at, was this breakout of this near-term trend to move back up to this upside of this bigger range. If we again zoom out and we can look at the daily range that we were looking at here, we can see this bigger bull flag that was created. And yeah, so this bigger bull flag that was created, we did hit this bottom again, and that's what, you know, led me to believe that we should have a nice price movement to the upside here soon. So we started doing that. Last stream we talked about moving up from there into this next zone of you know, some resistance, or what we would like to see is support on top of this, which is looking what's happening. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so you can see first time it rejected, then it came back and pushed up through really strong on this push from about 62k to about 66k. So really nice push there, and then rejected off 66k, but it's bouncing off this as support, and then now it looks like it's creating a nice W, and recovered this 60 MA on the 1 hour. And yeah, we recovered this 60 MA on the daily as well a while ago. So it was right around there that we were talking about it, that we recovered it, and we really sent to the upside. Now, that could lead to price stagnation and maybe a move to the downside, but currently, just with the type of price action that we're seeing, you know, if you look down on like the 1 hour, the price action is still to the upside. So I think, you know, you can see this if you base it off the original trend, it's way off that. And then if we go to the next sort of sharper trend, it's still way off that. And then we can get even sharper than that. And we can look at this sort of trend here is kind of, I think, the next one that we might have any sort of concern over. I think we're actually up at this, yeah, like that. So it's touching those bottoms. So there is a chance we could play along sideways until we tag this and move up. But just again, the current price action is showing me more upside. Yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, so again, on lower, much smaller time frames here, we can see this trend is just breaking. I guess this would be the more nearmost trend. But if we're looking at this correctly, we're going from the high, and then that would be essentially the trend. So looking to break that to the upside. That's on the 20-minute though. So yeah, it looks really good on a 4 hour. You know, this shift happened on the 60 and 30. And it's going to continue moving up. So how we had this marked, we did take the green route. So yeah, I think we sit up here, maybe do one more dart down lower to 62-ish. Although debatably that happened right here, this quick wick down. And then I think this was like take out the longs, and then now we're going to go back to taking out shorts. So that's kind of the plan here, is just watch this get squeezed up to about 68k. 66.8 is also a pretty big volume node. We just have to push through this 65-150 with some strength. And then hopefully we don't bonk up on this 66.2. But yeah, this is where we could bonk, is up in this area, 67.8. $66.3. Yeah, 66.1, 66.3. And then 67.8. those I think would be notable levels to pay attention to. We can actually move some of these. Oh, shit, we don't need that no more. So right around here, and then let's get another one right up here. Interesting point. But yeah, there's a lot of volume there. Next one would be up at 69. Yep. So that's what I would keep an eye out for. Again, higher targets on this extension are up to the 100K. So this could be the one. I mean, this could be the one, guys and gals. This could be the push that we've been waiting for since way back when. I was here last bull market when they said 100K, so yeah, this price action, like if we go right down to the 20-minute, like that's nice. It's stepping up. It's stepping up better than this. Because it went right into the green, right? Like when we see that shift into green, that's momentum essentially shifting upwards. A little less clear on something like the 20 minutes. But that's why, like, if we look at the 2 hour, we can see there's a wide gap there. So that's, it's got a lot of momentum on its tail here. Let's see when it shifts. 10 hour. Yeah, so the 10 hour is just crossing to be more bullish, essentially. That's like a good volume slash positive price indication there. And then again, the daily, it's closing now. The 3-day is still this, like, we deviated under the 3-day, right? Went red for a little bit, and now we went green right away. That's only a few days, a couple weeks, really. So it's really nice to see this type of price action from BTC. Let's look over some of the main points to talk here, like seeing USDT.D rejecting off this 5.6. Like I was saying, it didn't close above, rejected off that trend line, which was nice to see. And now we're hoping, you know, this green is playing out essentially, and but that was after, like, we did the red one, and then now we're doing the green one. We really want to see it push underneath this sort of 4.30 zone. I think that's an important place. Well, under that is going to be really green lights for crypto. And it looks like it's kind of like lining up for August, you know what I mean? We're only a couple weeks away from August, which I think people downplay the seasonality aspects sometimes. And something to pay attention to is this BTC dominance. That it's actually looking pretty bullish right here, and it could swing to the upside. It was looking like it was going to reject, and now it's not. So keep an eye on it just because of where it's at. We'll look at the VIX just because we've seen this massive pop up in it, and it's, I think, important to keep your eye on this area. That it's going to be like a red light. Above that, it's going to be not very good to see. I'm guessing that this VIX pump that we see from essentially Monday to now is based off of the Trump shootings that we saw. And so, I mean, if you guys were there paying attention on the weekend, there was some insane things that happened. There's definitely some Trump coins that went crazy. Even the DJT stock, if we look at this on, like, you know, a smaller time frame, we can see this thing pumped from $30 to $54, which is a pretty insane pump, as well as other Trump related coins. Trump coin, Trump US. I think that's one of them. Yeah, this was one of them. So that got a pretty massive markup, almost 100% in a 10-hour candle. So yeah, some crazy stuff on the weekend, so that's why the VIX pumps now. I think we're looking at a rejection here at where I marked that line. I think that'll be better and more bullish to see that reject and move down like this green. And then the upwards one would be red, would be not good to see. Stocks, they were saying taking a dip today, like a really big dip or something, you know, like I guess NASDAQ took a pretty big hit today for a daily, 2.79%. It is pretty big. I think it buys up most of this right away or pretty soon. Let's see this. See how this is now. Yeah, it looks alright. It's like it's bouncing off this trend, so it looks pretty alright. Yeah. Yeah, so that trend looks pretty intact still. I can see why people would be scared because there's some gap downage on Qs, but the SPY really doesn't look quite as bad at all. It's just been holding up this channel that I drew a long time ago. So I think, yeah, we'll see stocks make a little bit of a comeback. This is an insane one. MicroStrategy up into this box. Like this is, I think once it leaves this box, it's going to really move. So that's one to keep an eye on. MSTR for sure. GME as well. We saw a massive move starting, I would say. I wouldn't say a massive move yet, but it's like it looks really good on a 3-day. Look at that. That looks so beautiful on a 3-day. And if we draw this trend line on it on the 3-day, it broke out nicely. And you remember what happened after? I mean, this was a huge trend line. We'll give you that. It was a huge, huge trend line. So, of course, it's going to break out really nicely. But this is like, after that, created a bull flag. Now we're breaking out of that. I think it's a really important time to pay attention to GME. So, yeah. I'd be paying a bit of attention to this. So it made a nice push out of this trend. And now, oh wow, now it looks totally different though if we mark down to the 12 hour. So like there's a chance it keeps going, but that's 12 hour, right? Let's just look at it on the daily. I think is probably going to be more accurate. More people are going to be looking at it on the daily than any other time frame. Yeah, so the daily says that we broke out as well, so yeah, I think we stick to the daily and leave these trend lines on there on the daily, and then we can look at the 10 hour, but just leave those trend lines alone. So moving up out of that, and you can see this green stayed green, which is really nice to see. You know, about 10%, 12% or so since that move out. Now we're correcting back down about 5-6%, so you know, pretty average move. But we can see there's a lot of volume here that we got to push through. Once we push through that, I think it's at that point they set the sails and we could really move to the upside, and then look at volume based off of that. You know, I mean, we're above these nodes essentially, and like at this point it only gets easier for the longers to get long. So let's take a look at Ethereum. Is Bitcoin pushing still? Oh yeah. So ETH has some news coming up for next Tuesday. They're saying next Tuesday is the ETF launch. You know, it's playing toe to toe with BTC. I could throw it in here and show you, but you can see it in the chart. It's got the same move on it. So we were talking about moving above this 3,500, and then we'll see some gas really get stepped on. So it tried to push through this nearmost trend, but it didn't make it. I think that's actually closer right there. So we want to see it push through this nearmost trend and the 3,500 region with some conviction. And then once it does that, we'll be good. For Ethereum, I think Ethereum though is like, it's setting up right here so nicely. It could do one of these things. Actually, that's not what I wanted to do. I was thinking more of one of these things. And then for next Tuesday, boom. And then just go straight up from there. But it depends on a lot of what's going on. So I'm going to leave this on the chart and we'll see if it makes it by here. Can I like erase that? I've never actually tried to use an eraser on here. Oh, you can't. You just gotta delete the whole thing. So yeah, what were we doing? So like that. Something like that. Yeah, see if it moves up to here for Tuesday. Otherwise, on Tuesday, it'll go up there. We'll see. ETH BTC, it's still grinding lower. So that's why I was pointing to that BTC dominance. Just because this is kind of still grinding lower. Holy tiny. Yeah, it's still wedging down here. So that's why I think right now Sol is looking a little bit better. Sol, ETH, Sol BTC. Sol BTC is just about above this. I think above this blue line here, we're going to see some nice moves. And just move those down the line because I think that's the support that we're going to be needing. Still moving nicely on Sol BNB, of course. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's following the plan here. It's following the plan. So let's get it on the USD and see what we wrote. So yeah, said right here, right? This was a great place to take an entry. Right around here, right as it cleared this previous system and broke above this 60, you could have entered right here really nicely. And you would have been up pretty massive actually if you took it just right on the break. It went up 13%. Currently at 10% up, which is nice. So yeah, I think right here, like we're in this zone. We've already marked it out. We're in this zone, and then once you see it sort of push above there, That's when you're happy. That's when you're happy. Let's check out BNB. Yeah, it moved up. It moved up faster actually than I anticipated. So it went a little bit faster than anticipated. It's holding this range as well. Again, it's like that blue line we're looking for. I already got the levels all marked out on these guys. Total looking really nice. Yeah, it's looking good for a move to this upside of this. Looks just like BTC though, so. And then we pre-anticipated this, so let's get rid of that. I think this is what we drew last time. Or we drew it down here or something, I don't know. I guess we're looking for that up here now instead. Yeah, it's happening even higher though. Probably like this, just because once it gets interacting with this trend line, it's gonna have some fun there. But then alt season. I think once we break this next trend line, it's alt season. So we're keeping an eye on that. I know it hasn't been a long stream, but I think that's all I got for tonight. I don't really want to go through altcoins because they're up giga. And it's all going to look the exact same. You know what I mean? Like, it's breaking the trend. It's a good place to enter turbo. I think we're back into this zone for GME, and then we gig ascend. Pepe, I think, was one of the better movers. It's again, it's like, it's in a corrective area. It's looking to gig ascend again. Doge still not breaking that trend line. Now what do we got from Myro? Something like that. So long ass trend line from Myro. It's going to take some while to get to there. I don't think it moves for a little while. Maybe mid-August. It could just gig ascend and go. It all depends on the rest of the memes. So we got a way bigger interaction here. So it looks more like Myro, but even more extended. Whiff play. Dug deeper than anticipated, but it's starting to follow this green line up back to $3. Whiff's actually looking stronger, I think, than the rest. From the bottoms. Sheesh, 50%. Sheesh. Anyways, I'm going to peace out for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Check out the sponsors. Links are down below in the description. And we'll catch you in the next stream.